Back in May 2017, it's a sort of day you never forget, 22 people died in the Manchester Arena bombing. More than 100 others were injured.
One of the ways in which people have come together since the tragedy is the Manchester Survivors Choir. Let's have a look at them performing to huge crowds at this year's anniversary concert.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains, and I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it.
Oh, well, there on the end you can see Cath with her son. The choir's just returned, and who's here with us now, by the way, thank you. They've just returned from a weekend in France where they sang at an international conference on global terrorism. Joining us now is the founder of the choir, Cathy Hill, and one of its members, Maya. Lovely to see you both. Thank you so much for joining us. And every time, I've seen those pictures of you and your son before. Every time I see them, it's very emotional, isn't it, still for you?
Yeah, that was a really, really big occasion, the first anniversary of the attacks, singing in central Manchester. Yeah, very, very emotional. As it was in Nice, it was incredibly emotional to sing in Nice, but amazing.
Maya, you have got Robin on your T-shirt. That's your middle name, isn't it? Right, OK. Just to explain that one away. We haven't got your name wrong, yeah.
No.
What has the experience been like for you of singing this choir?
Very positive. Like, it's made me open my eyes to see that the world isn't like cruel. It's very nice and fulfilled with people that just bring joy.
Because on that night, I mean, you've always, loved music and loved playing music and listening to music. How did that affect your love of music that night?
Well, I stopped playing because I play guitar and I sing. So I stopped playing for about a year or so, not too long. But my mum came into my room and she was like, "You want to join the choir?" Of full people from the Survivors Choir. And I was like, "Yeah, we'll give it a shot." And then we went to one of the rehearsals and just made friends and enjoyed it.
So you've just come back, I think you got back late last night, didn't you, from
We
Nice?
did, yeah.
To this conference which was about terrorism, and what did you learn from it? What was the most impactful thing?
Well, it was really important to be around other people who have gone through what we've been. So obviously Nice is a city that has experienced terrorism. So to sing in Nice, and we sang for people from Nice, not just people from the Congress. And so it was really important to show solidarity, to say this is one of the ways that we've tried to come over it in Manchester. And yet we met some really incredible people who had some very powerful stories. And it just gives you hope and a bit of inspiration to go forward.
In terms of that sort of going forward process, you heard Maya talk about how it's affected her. Has that been something which you've heard from so many different people?
Absolutely. It has a massive impact. It's not only the physical scars, the emotional scars. It's things like knocking confidence, feeling safe when out and about. It has a massive impact on people. So coming together with other people that really get it helps. Engaging in a positive activity and just trying to move forward, not to forget what happened, but to try and do something positive.
And I know when you're singing and being together, it's not what you talk about the whole time at all, is it, for example?
Oh, no. I mean, there was a lot of shopping that occurred in Nice as well, just so you know. No, it's not, because actually we don't need to do that with each other, and that is one of the benefits of it, particularly quite soon after the attack.
Yeah.
Often people wanted to ask and talk about the story and what happened to you and the details. And that's exhausting and can be quite traumatising. So, to be able to just be around people that get it, we quite often talk about other things.
Sure you do. Thank you, thank you very much. It's lovely to see you. And we were hoping you were going to sing, but I understand quite a lot of you are not very well. So we appreciate the thought. Thank you.
Thank you.